It's Hannah Bonomo. I am a junior at Bloomsburg University. I'm a history major with a political science minor, and I did my short presentation on the United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization and the United States. The United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization was developed in 1946 directly after World War II. 37 countries helped create the organization. The organization was created to promote collaboration between countries while also, quote, to contribute to peace and security by promoting collaboration among nations through education, science, and culture in order to further universal respect for justice, for the rule of law, and for the human rights and fundamental freedoms which are affirmed for the peoples of the world without distinction of race, sex, language, or religion by the Charter of the United Nations, end quote. UNESCO has a history of fallout with the United States. In October 2017, the Trump administration announced they were planning to remove the United States from UNESCO. This was hinted at in July of 2018, when the current U.S. ambassador to the UN called one of the sites an affront to history. However, the U.S. would not be removed until December 2018. Their justification for the withdrawal being the organization's anti-Israel bias. This is not the first time that the U.S. has withdrawn from UNESCO. Ronald Reagan withdrew the United States from UNESCO in 1984. His reasons were that Moscow had a heavy influence over UNESCO, and he also cited the organization's anti-Israel bias, claiming that it was too critical of Israel. The U.S. rejoined UNESCO during the Bush administration in 2002. However, in 2011, the U.S. stopped funding UNESCO under Obama. UNESCO lost a total of $80 million a year, which was a large chunk of their funding. In 2013, the U.S. lost its vote due to 2 years of non-payment. Why remove the U.S.? The anti-Israel bias has become predominantly clear. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims Israel will soon remove themselves after a series of criticisms towards Israel's handling of historical sites and other actions towards the country. Netanyahu praised the U.S.'s decision and is stated saying that UNESCO has become a theater for the absurd. Why has Trump decided to remove the U.S. now? The Palestinian delegation was allowed to join UNESCO in 2011. This being one of the main reasons the Obama administration ceased funding. This organization pushed through a series of, quote, resolutions that disregard Jewish history and sovereignty in the region, end quote. Another quote is that Trump has made the defense of Israel on the global stage a key tenet of its foreign policy. Is this the right move? With the Trump administration pushing to support Israel, is it in their best interest to remove themselves from the organization? Conservatives praise the withdrawal from UNESCO, and Israel has since followed the U.S.'s lead. But without the U.S., it seems that the United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization will fall to politicalization and continue the bias against Israel. The United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization doesn't have a great reputation, and should the U.S. be involved. It has a series of being accused of mismanagement and corruption, as well as becoming too politicalized. UNESCO has also highlighted individuals who do not represent the organization's views. Who will defend Israel? With the U.S. out of the game and Israel also withdrawn, it seems that the United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization will continue their bias, and it could possibly hinder the education of Jewish history. The United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization needs to be restructured, without a doubt, but does this rely solely on the United States? Should other countries take the lead on this as well? And if the anti-Israel claims prove to be true, what will UNESCO do to help preserve Israel's history? If they don't, should the organization be disbanded? In conclusion, in theory, this organization seems like a great, and for reference, I have several articles that can be found through these links.